right now, there are people in the world who will not survive this month if they don't have, let's say, $300. I believe that no one should be dying because they don't have $300 in this world, because it is just not fair. It should not be like this, and we're gonna try to connect those who have the $300 and those who don't and really need them. We will try to connect them, and we do it as long as these people exist. So we started to search cases online, but we quickly realized that many of our clients, that they don't have internet. Like, it doesn't matter how good do you buy traffic, you will never reach them. So the easiest way to get cases for us was.
So, hi everyone. Today we have a very special guest, Nikita, with over 20 years of experience in creating international internet projects. Nikita, could you share with us what inspired you to found Helpster Charity and how your backgrounds in internet projects influences the charity's operations?
I always had desire to help other people, but to be honest, never found easy way to do it. And many times I found that people you want to help really don't want your help. Uh, and meanwhile, while developing my career in business and doing startups, founding companies, I had this idea that I should put this experience into helping other people and doing something good. In general, of course, I first tried to find out if some other companies and charities already doing it so well that there is no point to do a new project. So I tried to give money to larger charitable organizations, but the feedback I got from them was weird or none. Like, you give us money and you just go, and we know what we're doing, and you don't have to know what happened to your money. And it was not good enough for me. I didn't feel my impact on what I'm doing. So the second stage for me was to give money to local charitable organizations. For example, in Malaysia, in Indonesia, and in Thailand, we tried. We contacted them and we say, okay, we give you a few $1,000s, and what are you going to do with it, and how you going to use it, and if it is good enough, we are ready to give you monthly. Most of them did not reply to us, did not pick up phone, did not reply on emails. Some answered very vaguely, like, we don't give any reports, just here's the bank account, send us money. To one organization we did give money, and the report they provided was very short email saying that all was good, great, send us more, and that was it. And we realized it's not it's not good enough. So next idea was to find specific people who we can help with whatever problem there is in the world. Can we find a person who is in dire need of money? We give it to him, and his life changes drastically, if such people exist. Because maybe it doesn't exist. Government's doing the job right. Charitable organizations have billions of dollars, and there are no such people. So life showed us that there's a lot of people who are in need. Like, right now, there are people in the world who will not survive this month if they don't have, let's say, $300. And there are many, many cases like that in the world. And governments and other charitable organizations are not doing enough. So these problems do not exist. So we did find a number of cases. Uh, we found hospitals that can treat people. We even found children's cases where the person goes with his child to a hospital in a country where free medicine doesn't exist or insurance doesn't exist. You go there, you're diagnosed with the disease. You said, okay, have life threatening disease. You need this and this procedure or this surgery. It is going to cost this kind of money. Do you have this money? And they say, no, we don't have. Okay, you go find this money, come back, and we cure your child. That's the only way. And basically, people go home, and most of them do not survive because if you are in extreme poverty, there's no way you're going to get this $300. And mhm. And on the other hand, we have people who are right now in a store choosing their 21st pair of sneakers for the same amount of money. So we realized that we should create a project and give people opportunity to have this choice. You can buy another pair of sneakers, or you can go and save somebody's life. So this is how Helpster started. Yep.
Yeah, so it was that's amazing. So you initially you wanted to give back, so you invested or you'd give lots of donations to the traditional multi or international charitable organizations, but you were not feeling the impact, right? So it was not clear to you how was the return, so to speak, or how people were being affected positively. So that's what motivated you to create Helpster's charity, and helps the charity has a profound mission to ensure that no child suffers or dies due to lack of financial means. That's what you were mentioning just before. Uh, so could you elaborate a little bit on the um, so what is the core philosophy behind all this? You already mentioned um, how it started, right? But your core philosophy behind the project itself.
In the simplest words, I believe that no one should be dying because they don't have $300 in this world, because it is just not fair. It should not be like this, and we're gonna try to connect those who have the $300 and those who don't and really need them. We will try to connect them, and we do it as long as these people exist. When we fund everybody with 300 cases, we go to 400, and maybe at some point, Helpster will not be needed, and because there will be no people who are who are uh, in such desperate need. So we will uh, maybe we will switch our focus on something else, but and our mission will be completed. But as of today, we're going to continue, and I hope this project will work beyond my lifespan. And people who we help today, children who we help today, they grow. Some of them will become assholes and dictators, but I hope some of them will become new Bill Gates, and they will come and help next wave of children, and this circle will never end until we solve the problem altogether.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Andrea,
thank you, Ivo. So you want to build a chain of people helping each other, and those who have been helped also can help the next ones and create impact through this chain of goodwill. Your projects and including free medical outreaches and funding vital healthcare have made a significant impact with over I think 8,000 checkups, right? And saved around 700 lives already, as the numbers that we have. Could you share a story with us of a specific example that truly embodies the impact of Helpster Charity on his lives and on the lives of children and pregnant women?
Um, first of all, medical outreach. We found out that okay, we are IT company. We know how to buy traffic, how to um, uh, how to create websites, landing pages. So we started to search cases online, but we quickly realized that many of our clients that they don't have internet. Like it doesn't matter how good do you buy traffic, you will never reach them. So the easiest way to get the cases for us was to take a doctor, take a poster, free doctor, take some pack of medicines, and go to some distant area in the poorest countries in the world. And people from nearby villages will come in masses and say, okay, we have this problem, that problem, and many of them are local and very easy to fix. So we give them antibiotics, some medicine, and the problem is solved. But some of cases are complicated. Let's say we need to do surgery, and this is not going to cost that few pills that we give for free, but it's going to cost, um, let's say $500. So what we're going to do? We're going to enroll this person in a Helpster fundraising. We're going to put them in the app and say, okay, this person has this problem. Please come and help us fund them, and then we pay for their surgery. So this is how cases can end up in Helpster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's
Regarding
more
the
of
yeah. Regarding the cases, there are many. Most of them are heartbreaking. Yeah. We expanded cases not only from life threatening but through serious disability. But and there was a person like a young kid, a girl, and she couldn't walk because of the pain, and she was in this pain for years. And to fix that, we needed like few $100 surgery, and the person will be able to walk for the rest of their life. And when I saw the video how she is dancing, like few months after, yeah, we realized that we do something that is very important.
yeah, I can imagine because with some so little you can transform the life of someone in such an impactful way. Um, with the topic of how do you get to people, which is also a challenge, but changing this to the other side, how does the infrastructure connecting hospitals, volunteers, children, patterns work in practice, especially regarding the direct payment system to a trusted partner as an hospital or a clinic?
The whole chain of what happens from onboarding a client, a patient, and to receiving money from the donor, and the whole chain that this money each step will take, we control it. We don't partner with anybody. We put everything under our control, and we figure out it was the only way to make it efficient and transparent.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So the patient requests for the treatment. We check the through the anti-fraud that this is real case. The diagnosis is correct. The procedures in the invoice
Mm-hmm.
are matching the diagnosis. And the doctor confirms, okay, patient is in the hospital. We can call them and say, okay, put on a video call, show us the patient. Because there's a lot of fraud. It's the poorest countries. And of course, if money is involved, everybody wants to, not everybody, but many people want to take advantage of that. And it's understandable. And we use technology and methods and procedures to minimize that. So yeah, I believe uh, we do it pretty well, but we are on a small scale. Yeah, we treated 1,000 cases, not 700. It's more than 1,000 as of today.
Okay.
Um, so there should be some fraud in it, but I think it's very small, very small.
Mhm.
Because we take video before we treat the patients when they request for help, when they are treated, after it's finished. So we have all the paperwork. We work with hospitals that we trust, with doctors that we trust. We have volunteers inside the countries. They come and check. We have country managers that are responsible for the volunteers and local doctors. So I believe we have very strong grip on what's going on there. Yeah, because efficiency is what we declare our core strength, and efficiency only possible with transparency. So we put a lot of effort in both directions, and I think we do it very well.
Okay.
But patients never get money, though. This is the importance. So patients say, "Okay, I have this problem." We send them to doctor. Doctor confirms the diagnosis, and we pay the from Helpster bank account. We pay to the hospital, and
Mhm.
patients never takes,
Okay.
of course.
Okay. It's always a challenge to fight fraud and everywhere where money or you know a lot of incentives are in place. We've seen that even all around the world with COVID relief strategies, right? How almost in every country you have a case of mismanagement of funds and money, uh, particularly in the healthcare um, area. Uh, Tell me that. So you focus or helps as charity focuses primarily um, in the residents. Correct me if I'm wrong. Senegal, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, in probably other countries that maybe I'm missing here. What is the role that the country managers of each one of these countries, for instance, in Nigeria or Kenya, play in your broader strategy?
Right now, we are operating in Kenya, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Cambodia. The country manager is responsible that we have enough cases, that cases are thoroughly checked, that we do a certain number of medical outreaches, and yeah, basically that's it. They are responsible for the cases, how many cases there are, how efficient we treat them, how cheap they are, and basically that's it. But they are like separate business units because I don't do like charity that okay, let's hug and then we do something good and by 2 p.m. we go to sleep. We run it like a real startup with KPIs, with performance metrics, and you have to perform, but you do get a market salary. You don't work free. Even we call people volunteers, but because they're not full-time workers for us, we call them volunteers. But we do pay them something because, for example, internet connection in many of these countries is very expensive, and like volunteers cannot afford it. It's not like in Europe, like it is sometimes expensive. Yeah, yeah.
It is expensive, yeah, especially compared to the purchasing power, right,
Oh yeah,
of
yeah,
the average person.
yeah. In comparison, very expensive.
Yeah, in comparison, yeah. My I mean, my next question, Nikita, was about transparency and how you would, but I think you already addressed that.
I think I can underline
His
that
answers.
we do whatever we believe is we can provide more. We don't post our bank account statements, but we are one step before it, and I think we might be able to do it. My idea is we do it as transparent as possible. You can look into our annual report. We do it already for 2 years. We reported everything and we try to be as transparent as possible. But if anybody sees who listens to this and believes, okay, guys, to be more transparent or to be more efficient, you better do this and that, we will be very happy to hear it and implement it uh, because the only way it will survive for 200 years is to be completely transparent. That's what I believe in. It is like an open source code. Like if you open your source code to everybody, if 1,000 people look there, they will see more mistakes that you had done. If you don't show it to anybody, only few people will look for mistakes. So I believe in this transparency very much. Difficulties, the biggest difficulty in this project is trust. And nobody trusts you. And I've built brands in the past, and it happens all the time. When new bank opens, nobody trusts them. But what I seen in this business, in this project, is very, very difficult and big trust issues. So governments don't believe that you're doing it for good. They don't want to register non-government organization. Banks don't believe that you are doing it for good. They say, okay, you move money, money laundering, blah blah blah. Then hospitals tell you the same things. They don't believe you. They don't trust you from the beginning. Patients don't believe you. They think you're gonna abduct their child. You're gonna sell it to organs, to slavery, to whatever bad things you can imagine. They accuse you of that. But slowly, slowly, as we gain traction and we get more and more cases, we build trust with banks, with governments. We registered in Estonia, we registered in USA. We do have bank accounts, and patients already bring other patients, and families that we helped, they recommend other people in need that they can approach us. So as we build trust, it gets easier, but it is very difficult to create a non-profit organization today because you meet a lot of barriers like bureaucracy that and lack of trust. And it was one of the most difficult projects that I have ever started. Not in the core of what we do, get the money and help somebody, but just to organize it properly. It was a big, big problem. And even now we have bank account, and our bank say we cannot send money to Nigeria, period, and that's it. And like, what are you going to do next? It is a big problem.
Yeah. So the trust in those organizations have also eroded throughout the years and the recent years due to some malpractices from some, due to some also schemes that have been using those kind of organizations. So you're now trying, and by being open and transparent, as you were saying, you're bringing the organization to a level where it's reliable and people can trust her, and governments and institutions can trust. Um, how has it been to overcome it? Like um, the next years, how are you? What are your strategies, and what are your strategic goals, and for the next 3-5 years? And how do you plan to expand into new initiatives?
Eh, it is very important to focus on what you do and don't jump to new initiatives every month. And there are a lot of ideas what else we can do. And my one of the most important tasks is not to do anything new. Just let's do old, but do it on scale. We just save money to save lives for as few money as possible. Our main metric is how many lives per dollar do we save. And right now, it is less than $300 per life that we save. And our goal would be to save 1 million lives. I think by that point, we will be very well-known organization. We will have a lot of traction. Brand will be strong, and a lot of people will be willing to help us and to join us. And that's where we're going to. The very important is that we use technology and algorithms. Like, we don't choose who we want to save. Okay, we like you, we don't like you. You're gonna live, you're gonna die. We don't want to make this choice. What we are doing is we have parameter of how cheap it is. If your life to save, it costs $100 and somebody else is $1 million now, the $1 million we're not gonna save. We're gonna put first cheaper. So it has to be cheap. It has to be urgent. And the person, we need proof that this person cannot afford it. Because if you make $2,000 per month and you say, okay, I need treatment for $200, then you can afford it. But if otherwise, if you are in extreme poverty, you don't have mobile phone, you don't have electricity at home, and there is treatment for $50 you can obviously cannot afford, we're gonna onboard you. Well, the only thing we strategically add is that you can donate money directly on the website right now. Choose a person or just donate us directly, and we will save the first in line that I described in the parameters. We also started a foundation that is working in endowment principle. Big donors who don't want to go every month to the website, but they are willing to give a larger donation. We put this money in endowment, and we give this money to hedge funds. They work with this money, they make profit, and the profit goes to Helpster. But the base money that they gave us, we never touch. And if they are not believing in what we do, or we do it not effectively enough and not transparent, they can take this money back. Yeah. So it was done for mostly for business people who wants to look at it as an investment, and they believe in a long term of this thing. And we started it last year, and it already gives us good results. And for us is keeping everybody in shape, because if we do something wrong, we start saving money or saving lives, not for $300, but for $10,000. They say, okay, guys, you're not doing it well enough. I want my money back. Yeah. So we created this thing. It's similar to endowment, let's say, for like Harvard University has endowment. And for example, Bill and Melinda Gates, they put money in endowment, and let's say Nobel Prize. The Nobel himself, he put all of his capital into the fund, and whatever this fund makes profit, this profit is given to Nobel Prize winners every year. Yeah, so we do the similar structure, so we have more predictable money flow for activities that we do in Helpster.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Nikita, so for our listeners who are inspired by Helpster's charity's work, what are the most impactful ways they can become involved or support your mission, whether as volunteers, partners, or heroes?
You can go there right now and donate money as much as you believe is not a big problem for you, and we're gonna save money or save life for 300 each $300 that we raise, we're gonna save one life on average. Some of them are much cheaper, some of them are expensive. We don't onboard cases that are higher than $5,000. Yeah. If you are in a very poor country and you need help, you can go right now in Helpster. And there is a button, ask for help, and you can fill the form. We will contact you and we will tell you if we are able to help you. But if you are in a life-threatening situation and to save you, it costs, let's say, less than $1,000, we're going to save your life. We have resources for that. And sooner or later, we're going to save you. If you in none of that categories, the way that you can help is tell other people about Helpster, bring us more patients, bring us more donors, share this podcast to friends, and let's create a community around Helpster that we all together have to save dead guys that are less lucky than us. And that's all we can do.
That's awesome. Nikita, any last words for our listeners or our viewers? We're coming to an end. We're so thrilled to have you here. Would you like to leave any special message for our listeners or viewers?
My last message was special enough, I think. uh, uh,
It was special. Yeah.
if anybody of you can see what else we can do and how we can do it better, we really want to hear that. We want to get better, and we want this company to work very long, and we want everybody's help in it.
Okay, we'll make sure that we'll leave all the links to Help's charity websites so people can pay a visit and find out more about Help's charity and your work, Nikita. Thank you so much for being with us. It was a real pleasure and an honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Me too.
Thank you, Nikita.